Hola Madridistas, welcome to the preview for El Derby as we head to the Civitas Metropolitano to take on our bitter rivals Atleti. I'm joined today by the bread and butter of this channel, Farouk, and one of our favorite guests, Alex Pato, who's unfortunately an Atleti fan.
There's nothing unfortunate about it, but okay. Especially last season, I think the unfortunate team was you guys.
What? We won like pretty much everything there was to win.
Yeah, but not against us.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he has spoken like a true Atleti fan. Like they just cherish that two victories that they had, one in the Copa that they didn't still win, and one in the league that they meant something, nothing. It's cool, man. I mean, we will give you those two victories if you want to, as long as we keep winning what we win.
Well, I have to go home with something. Obviously, it's not like I'm gonna sit here idle. Like, oh, fine, like whatever. I have to go home with something.
Yeah, don't worry. It will be difficult to go home with something at the weekend, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
But before we get into the nitty-gritties, like a quick word from our sponsor, Manscaped, the OG in the male grooming space. So if you're on the lookout for some styling products or even a really good quality shampoo, head on over to manscaped.com and use code LBR20 for 20% off and free shipping. This segment is also sponsored by Fanatics, the official merch sponsor for La Liga this season. So if you're in the market for a Real Madrid jersey or, God forbid, an Atleti jersey, check out the link in the description below. It really will help out the channel. Yeah, so I guess we kick things off by throwing a bit of shade. But Alex, walk me through like all the emotions that you feel heading into this derby. Do you feel like there's an even more spicier encounter waiting us than compared to last season?
Um, I I don't know, to be honest, because I don't know why I think that's gonna be a not much of an exciting game like last season, because like last season, like the games were like way too, like like it was good, like it was goals all around, it was like tackles all around, but I think this time it's gonna be like much more like subtle, because like I'll talk about my team. Like, to be honest, like we're not really on that like good run of form going on. It's just that like we're relying on like some special moments, especially like in the last match as well. Like we somehow like managed a 1-0 victory over Celta Vigo. And again, I think the best result for us this season has been that 1-0 away victory at San Mamés. That was the game which was like just one moment. Like the mistake from them, Sorlo's like dribbling past two players, playing through Correa, then he dribbled past the keeper and scored 1-0. So yeah, I mean, like we're still on that like rebuilding project. So like I don't know. And talking about Real Madrid, like again, Real Madrid is not having that much good time as well. I think like you guys were talking about like having Mbappe over, but still like it's not really like clicking for you guys, is it?
Man, at least we're not canceling our halftime shows for like anyone. So.
Yeah, well, like if they come up with the Real Madrid fans, so like I don't know, like that's a good thing. Like I don't know, I don't even know like why they booked her at first place. Like it's
Yeah,
literally
seems weird.
yeah, it's like out of fire.
Have you always had a halftime show at the Civitas?
No, I think like it's mainly for like the big matches. I think this was the first time they were doing it with something like because like the crowd, like the stadium is like full packed, so like I think they wanted some revenue out of it or anything. I don't know.
Hmm. How about you, Farooq? Like, what's your feeling heading into this match? There's like a lot of narratives going on. We saw all the Twitter posts by some shitty fans. We saw the halftime show news. Is there anything else that's the Real Madrid fans have to know heading into this game?
I mean, there is nothing of note. You've already covered it. The whole drama behind the halftime thing and what is and what is not. So, but yeah, I mean, this is what petty teams do. Like the noisy neighbors, they always find something to find to make themselves content with. But yeah, we just get back to just get down to business. Go to the Metropolitano, do what we do, and get out of there.
Huh. Do you think it's gonna be that simple?
I mean, it's never simple, man. It's a game of football. It doesn't matter who you play, either a giant or a small team. So football is football. It's 90 minutes eventually.
Yeah, that's very true. Right, man. Like, let's actually start away from some of our summer signings and then how they're actually performing and integrating into the team. So, Alex, like, who were you actually like looking forward to, like, expecting a really good performance? Who has actually disappointed? Who has met up with the expectations?
I think Lenormand has been amazing because like we needed like a good centre back after Savage left. So Lenormand like has been amazing, like value for money I would say. Like we bought him from around 35 million and he has been like the value for money. And Conor Gallagher has like hit the ground running ever since he like made his debut. Again, that guy is like perfect, like suited for us. Again, value for money, I would say. But Sorloth hasn't been like delivering that much. I don't know, like maybe like he's trying to like figure out the gameplay and everything. And Julian Alvarez is also like like getting into groove right now. Like he has scored 2 goals in the last 2 games. But like the first couple of games, like he was missing so many chances. But given the value, like we bought him from like 90 to 95 million euros. Yeah, I don't know what happens like when you buy like you know, big money players. Like Felix, like didn't work out for us. I hope Alvarez does, but he has scored 2 goals right now. I really like his work rate and everything, but again, like he hasn't been like up to the mark of like a 90 to 95 million player right now. But yeah, let's hope he turns up against Real Madrid. That'll be great to see actually. If he scores 2 goals, I'm happy with it.
Oh, just 2 goals. Easy, easy now.
Yeah, well, I'm saving the other goals for other players as well.
Oh boy, yeah. It's going to be a fun one. But what makes you actually say that it's going to be a tighter game than last season?
Because I think we haven't been like playing really well this season, and I can say the same for Real Madrid as well. Because like, you guys had a couple of draws at the start of the season, and then again you guys are conceding so easily. Like for example, like the last game, you guys conceded 2 goals like out of nowhere, and like I don't remember the last time Real Madrid had a clean sheet. By the way, when was it?
I believe it was against Espanyol, maybe a couple of games ago. But yeah,
Yeah,
like
but
when we're not playing our strongest 11, especially in defense, we definitely have problems. But according to you, Faru, like, do you see the trends improving? Do you feel like the team is playing better now, on an upward slope at least?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see that like in the last 2, 3 games, actually, we could see that. I think you can maybe start from the Stuttgart game and you can say like, you're seeing some improvement, especially, from Kylian Mbappe as well. Like you see he's starting to take the game by, he's trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck, but then unfortunately he's out of the derby as well. So there is that. But one thing is that, we go back to that familiarity of last year with, Rodrigo, Vinicius, and Jude Bellingham. So maybe that might be something, although, yeah, you might point, to the elephant in the room that, yeah, Tony Kroos is missing in the middle of the pitch. But I do think, the team definitely, starting from, what Alex was pointing out, that, we had a couple of draws and here and there, like the performance haven't been sleek. But we can see in the last 2, 3 games that there's an upward curve there. Like there's, something is starting to happen. The teams are playing more expansive, and like of course, like we have to highlight the role that Luka Modric has played in that. Has been really, great. So yeah, I do think, like we're on the upward curve, and it's, it's okay. Yeah, we're not at our best, but yeah, like, facing Atletico Madrid also is, can be a spark to the season. As we saw last year, we lost at the Metropolitano, but then, we are now on the 38th game with, a non-losing streak in the league as well. So yeah, that's something.
So yeah, that streak is going on. Is that a real statistic? Because it honestly feels like a shorter time than when we last faced Atleti and then we lost.
Yeah, I mean, that's the last game we lost in the league. Like it's been basically 1 year. It's September to September, right? So like that's
Yeah.
38 games. So yeah.
Makes sense. Our only
yeah,
kryptonite last season.
I think Real Madrid is on like unbeaten streak. I think it's 38 something. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 38.
Yeah, well, that time to drop zero on to that number.
We'll see, man. We'll see. But Real Madrid, we've adapted our style of play for the personnel this time. We don't have as much control in midfield because we're obviously missing Cruz. We are trying to get our guys the ball as soon as possible on the wings, and then hopefully they combine and score goals, right? Which is not too different. It's just that we don't defend as much. We don't have as many numbers defending compared to last season. So yeah, there is a tactical difference from last season because Carlo has adapted those players. How about Atleti? Have you guys changed the way you play?
Not really. I think like we're playing the like same formation. It's just like the role of the players because we're still playing with that like three at the back and two wing backs, three in midfield. It's just that the role play like this one sometimes like drops in midfield and then there's up top is like either Correa or Alvarez. I still have to see like I still want to see that trio of us playing together: Griezmann, Alvarez, and Sorloth all together. They haven't yet. I really want to see. I hope they like. I hope Simeon like starts all these three. on Sunday because I really want to see Sorloth and Alvarez and Griezmann. I want Griezmann in midfield, Alvarez and Sorloth up top, and then I want Gallagher and De Paul in midfield. But again, knowing Simeone, like he won't go without Koke because like he needs someone on the pitch, like a leader. So yeah, I don't think like one has to drop either Alvarez or Sorloth. One will definitely drop.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, how about the bench? Do you actually guys have good options off the bench this time? Because just remember, like Real Madrid, when we were chasing the game, we could put on Joselu, which was basically our Hail Mary, just spamming crosses and somehow get the goal. We don't have that this season. Do you guys have like a solid bench?
I think we do have good depth, but again, I would say that this summer could have been like a really good transfer window for us if we could get that good left centre back, ball playing centre back, which we didn't. Like we were really after David Ansko from Feyenoord. We couldn't get him. At the end of the day, we got Longley, and that transfer actually like literally like ruined the transfer window for us because it was going all well. We had Gallagher, we had Sorloth, we had Alvarez. It was going all well, but that one transfer like literally ruined the mood, and we still lack that like good ball playing left centre back, and I think that's the position where like we are really vulnerable. We have to like sort that out.
Okay, that is something to exploit. But Farooq, like, what about our vulnerabilities? Do you want to name some of them?
I mean, you mentioned about the fact that like we have the lack of depth and lack thereof, but the point is that we have to highlight that it's an injury crisis. The point is that the 12th man for our team is Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is out for 3 months. I mean, it's been 2 weeks now into his 3 month stretch. As you rightly pointed out, Joselu is gone, but then we have a different profile of a striker on the bench, and Hendrik as well. So, but I think the important thing to highlight is that the lack of continuity that we've had, for the past basically 18 months or something like that. The centre backs have been injured, like Militao's back and he's not yet back to full form yet. And then you have Tchouaméni going and coming back, and then Camavinga is out as well, so it's Bellingham was out for a while as well. So, it's that lack of continuity, I think actually is what hurts, the team the most rather than the lack of depth, because I mean, there is no team in the world where you can have like, I don't know, 3 midfielders out, 2 centre backs out. Like, there is no team that can survive no matter how deep your squad is, unless if you start having 5 centre backs and 5 midfielders, to replace everything. So this is the main issue there. I think like it's not about the lack of depth or lack thereof, it's just about the fact that like we've been very, very unfortunate with injuries. Like, I mean, we saw with Kylian Mbappe, all of a sudden it's a thigh injury, he's out for 3 weeks, So these are the things, like it's just we've been really unfortunate with injuries for the past couple of months. So I think that's the major key factor there. But then even looking at that, I do think like the return of Militao at least to full fitness, and gradually regaining form, and also the return of Courtois would at least help to improve that solidity, that spine of the squad that we have at least from in the middle. Also, like we had not a bad transfer, like not a bad transfer window. Of course, like people identified that having a an extra midfielder would have been good, someone to replace Tony Cruz or like there. But the point is that the team has to evolve, right? So we're still in the learning phase, basically. So like we will get there eventually. So like bit by bit, the team will find its way and like find a new way to play without Tony Cruz.
Yeah, that's a good
Well, how can
point.
you forget your main players, man? Father, how can you forget your main players? Like the referees and the VAR, how can you forget them?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like even if we get the penalties, like I mean, someone still
Yeah,
has to call them, right?
that's a very good depth. Like, how can you not mention that? Come on, bro.
I mean, that's the thing, bro. Like, it's what can I do, man? You should not live in poverty land, man. Get some money and buy the VR and the ref, man. It's that simple, bro. I
No,
mean, what can I say?
it's just playing fair. It's not about being poverty. It's just playing fair. But okay,
I
sure.
mean, if you have enough money, man, it's no problem, man. Just also you find a way to put money in people's pocket, man. Every shit can go through, bro.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Some people getting fouled outside the box and then it's given a penalty. It happens.
I mean, if you want, I mean, I know some brokers. We can put the Metropolitano as as a collateral, and we can get some money. Then we can pay,
You can't. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if the game got decided by a penalty. I won't be surprised.
Yeah,
Fine.
a penalty
Nah,
in the
man.
90th
I
minute.
really
That's what I'm looking
This
for.
clutch player coming into the play.
nah. Jokes aside, like I would not want the game of this magnitude to get to get settled by the ref. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is that like you also shouldn't put yourself in a bad spot. Like I can understand what you're saying, but like in the first place, like when defenders start to make stupid decisions and they leave the ref up to to something, I will definitely admit that the big teams always get decisions in their favor. When the ref is ambiguous, he always buckles under pressure and gives to the big teams. But the defender shouldn't make stupid mistakes in the first place. It's just that simple.
Yeah. And this game,
Are you really defending that Hendrix penalty thing?
Hendrix
The
penalty?
what?
The Hendrix penalty when he got fouled outside the box. Are you really defending that?
I said that like I felt like it was a harsh penalty, but the point is that when you go to the rule of the law, the feet of the defender was in the box when he made the final action. Then what? This is it. We've seen this Man City against Barcelona. I think it was in 2019 or 2018. I can't recall. James Milner started a foul from outside of the box, and his feet ended in the box, and it was a pen. So
that's a good shout.
basically, where the action ends, if your feet is on the line, on the white line of the box 18, it's a pen. So it's that simple. Although Hendrik wasn't physically in the box, the defender's feet was on the line when the action ended. So, I mean, unless you told me his feet was
I can take a. What about him kicking in the balls?
I'm sorry?
Oh,
What about
the
him
ball
kicking in the
speaking.
ball?
Yeah.
Of course, that was a
What
red
about that?
button.
What
What are you
about
talking
that?
about?
Exactly. Like what the hell?
I-
Like
No, that of course I will admit it, and we also spoke about this after the game. Like it was a pure red, 100%. There is no doubt about that. It was a red, but it wasn't given for some weird reason. I don't know why. This is it, but it was
yeah,
a red, so it's
exactly.
simple.
What reasons? What reasons? That's what I'm saying. What reasons?
The
Like what
reasons are
What are you
have
talking about,
referees are
bro?
shit, man.
Bro, we were in a game where Alaves committed 10 or 11 fouls and had 0 yellow card. We committed 6 fouls and we had 4 yellow cards. Vinicius was speaking to the fans and they gave him a yellow card. Modric went to the ref as a captain and was making our claim. The captain with the armband, he got a yellow card for complaining for his team when he has the armband.
that doesn't really reflect on the like. I mean, like, fine. Henry got the ball for me. Like, fine, that's fair play. Like, he got the ball, but still, he got the wrong ball. Like, you know what I mean?
Of course, I'm saying I agree with you that I'm saying it's a red card. I agree with that, but I'm just trying to pinpoint to you that it's not like we were like favored throughout the game. No, I'm pinpointing to you that they committed 10, 11 fouls with 0 yellow cards. We committed 6 fouls. We had 4 yellow cards.
I mean, yellow card is debatable, but red card, come on, bro.
How can you tell me yellow card is debatable? Vinicius
Because
Junior
fine,
literally
okay,
missed the
look,
elimination
look,
match
look,
for
look,
Brazil because of accumulation of yellow cards. You have 5
we
yellow
are,
cards, you missed
no,
the
hang on. VR can't interfere with the yellow cards, correct?
Yeah, they
Am I
can't,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can't. But they can interfere if it's like a proper red card. They can interfere. That's what I'm saying. Like, how
I
can
agree
you
with you 100%. I agree with you. And I'm highlighting the fact that there was a flaw there, and I agree with that. But what I'm saying to you is that when the ref on the pitch also is doing this, how can I buy VAR without buying the ref? Basically, it's the assistant of the ref. Can you buy the assistant of the ref without buying the ref? You have to buy the whole institution.
It's a whole package, I said. Okay.
I have no idea.
Like, it's a whole package. You have to buy the whole institution, man.
I have no idea how these decisions like always go like in your favor. I have no idea.
No way.
What is
No
in
way.
our favor, bro? Like we're talking about we're talking about the whole game under a microscope, man. I'm telling you, I'm giving you facts, stats. We had 4 yellow cards, they had 0 when they had more fouls. How is that even possible?
Yeah, well, I just hope I'm not in the wrong side of it on Sunday. I just hope.
Even
I mean,
if it
if
is,
possible, man,
it's just because
let's play
the
without
refs are
refs, man. I mean,
shit in general.
yeah, come on, man.
Oh,
Don't start making excuses.
if you play without the refs, trust me, Simeone will go into the fields himself. Trust me.
Yeah, well, this
If
will
you
become also
play
the
without the
problem, man.
refs, you'll see Simeone in the center of the field.
I mean, this is a problem of playing with people who are classless, man. This noisy neighbors, man. They don't know
Oh, come
anything,
on,
man.
coming from Real Madrid, come on, bro, come on.
Hey, what can I say, man?
Yeah, and even Valverde, like just last game, was pointing it out. Players can have this reaction. Oh, it's like fuck. He didn't even say it to the ref. He wasn't turned out to the ref. He was turned around, and he just had his hand action, and then he still got booked. It was bullshit.
I mean, definitely, that's the point I'm trying to make to Alex. I think this season we have 15 yellow cards, and 60% of the yellow cards actually is for dissent.
Yeah.
Like, how can 60% of our yellow cards be for dissent, and people be like, "Yeah, you guys are paying ref." Mbappe has that yellow card for the dissent. Bellingham has that. Vinicius, okay, we can say Vinicius is Vinicius. Yeah, okay, that's that. Is Fede Valverde also that? Is Luka Modric also that? Like, come on, like there's a limit to all these things, man. Like, I mean, and the point is like you're saying yellow cards is nothing, but then the point is that it's gonna come to a crunch game where the player is gonna miss because he accumulated 5 yellow cards. And we've
Yeah,
seen
but
this happen a
well,
lot of
again,
times.
again, Bellingham literally cursed the referee. Like, have you not seen that? Bellingham literally said, "Get the fuck off" or something like that. I can't really forgot what he said, but he's cursed the referee. He literally cursed the referee in the middle of the game.
Okay, cool. Bellingham cost the referee. He got the yellow card. Fine. Why is Vinicius Junior's back turned towards the referee and the referee gives him a yellow? He doesn't even know what happened. Vini was literally
But
turned his back to the
that's
ref doesn't even know what happened.
that's
Give him a yellow.
that's Vinicius. That's Vinicius. You always have to like get into this all of this stuff. Like watch on Sunday what's gonna happen. He's gonna get a yellow card. I'm telling you. Vinicius is getting a yellow card. I'm telling you right here.
Okay, Vini is
Before the
Vini.
match.
Vini is Vini.
He's gonna get a
Cool.
yellow
Why
card.
is Luka Modric, our captain, getting a yellow card by force speaking to the ref?
Yeah, that's a wrong one. I'll give you that. That's a wrong one because
Finally,
captain has
I
a.
mean,
we agree on
I'll
one
give you
thing.
that. I'll give you that one.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll read a couple of the comments before we, head to the Atleti lineups. So Suned is in the chat. He says, "Welcome back, Alex. Time for a spanking." And he says, "I hope Kama starts if he's ready." Faruk, do you have news on that? Do you think he could actually start? We're gonna go back to a diamond.
Bro, I don't think he's gonna start, man. I mean, they're gonna test if he's ready to play on Saturday. How about they start him on Sunday, man? I mean, the best we can get from Kwavinga is like 60. He should come on in the 60th minute or in the 70th minute of the game. I do understand where Sunaid is coming from, but I don't think Kamavinga is ready to start a game of such gravity, bro. I mean, we don't want. The point is, the season doesn't end today. No one wins anything in September. Even if you go there, lose the game, still it's fine. Like if nothing happens, nothing changes. Basically. So this is the point. Like I think we shouldn't risk for short-term glory. Like risk the future for what for the here and now. And I mean, come on, it's the noisy neighbors, man. Who really cares about them, bro? Like they're the only ones who care if they win the derby or not. Like honestly, they're the only ones who care.
Yeah, this
So
derby
that's the
exists
thing,
because
so
we are
yeah.
Real Madrid. Otherwise, this derby wouldn't exist.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
We also have one more comment from Ifti Mohammadi. It's about the racism. I know, Alex, you can't speak for all the racist fans. You can only speak for Atleti fans. But his question is, how can this guy talk about favoritism? Your whole fan base is racist and La Liga won't do anything about it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Look, like there are some fans. Like I can't really defend this one because like there are some fans. Like and it is what it is. Like you can't really change the mindset of some people. But that's up to the league, like how they wanna go forward about it. Like not just the ad campaigns won't really work for it. I don't think so.
What can actually work? Is the answer more punishment or something else?
Well, like first of all, like suspend their like club membership or something because like literally like you have so many cameras on the field, like you can literally pinpoint like who are these people.
Yeah, and
And
sometimes
it's not just like it's not just with us. I think like it's like Spain in general. Like even like some Real Madrid fans are there. Like obviously like we have like like Getafe is a prime example as well. Like it's all over the Spain actually. You can't just really like blame one. It's just that I think like Vinicius really gets a lot of stick because like I don't know, like he indulges with the crowd a lot. Like he like I don't know like if you guys agree on like he do like some mocking towards the fan. He do that. He sometimes do get like out of the zone and stuff. He do that, but because like otherwise like they are like recently what happened was there was this interview by Carlos Uche from Getafe. I think it was Getafe.
Yep.
Yeah, where he like really pinpointed about the problems in La Liga, and unfortunately, like the president of that club, like he literally didn't back his own player.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what can you say about that?
Well, I do think actually, like, Alex, to just go further on your point to the question that Jacob asked, that what can be done. I think the point is you need to hit this club where it matters the most. Because we've been to stadiums and we've seen how much technology are in these stadiums. If they want, they can find who did what and said what.
Yeah,
Because
that's what
like
I'm
they
saying. Like,
fit
there's
tons
so
of
many
cameras,
cameras.
right?
Yeah.
But the point is that until and unless you start hitting this close. For example, now today I read that like Barcelona has been banned for going to the next away match in the UCL because their fans apparently were in Monaco and they were shouting some racist shit, right? So the point is now it means that okay, like Barcelona fans are not gonna go there. It's gonna hurt the team because they don't have a presence. And also, okay, like away tickets is not something that generates revenue, but anyways, it's still money. You understand? Like there is no income from that. So I feel like when you start to like close stands, you know, not just ban the individuals, like when you close a stand, like for example, you go and like you close a whole stand, like, okay, this stand is empty for this game because you guys said something racist. I don't care if it's one person or two people. Then now, I, as a match going fan, I start to feel responsible that, bro, if you're saying bullshit, man, we can't watch the game next week then. You understand? So like I start to hold my neighbor responsible, like the person sitting close to me. But until and unless this happens, it doesn't work, and that's a good thing. And you know, like I love the fact that Alex brought up the issue of like Carlos of Uche. Like Uche actually is a Nigerian actually, so he spent 2 years. Like this is his third year in Spain, right? And the president of Getafe was like, he should live in Spain long enough to be able to make this comment. Bro, the man has been here for 2+ years. What years is he gonna live in? He's gonna live here for 1 million years before he can, he can say this. And it's quite crazy because it's, in my opinion, like it's institutional. Like, of course, we all know Spanish people. I'm sure like everyone knows a certain Spanish person. And like, of course, we know that they are not all racist. But the point is that like there's an institutional problem that Spanish football doesn't want to admit to. This is just the issue. And this is why I have a problem with Real Madrid as well. Because like, as Alex rightly pointed out, like Real Madrid is also part of this institution. We cannot separate Real Madrid that, oh, because Vinicius, or because we're supporting Real Madrid that, like, oh, nah, it's Getafe, or it's Valencia, or it's Atletico Madrid. No, Real Madrid is part of this problem. You understand? And we, as a club as well, need to, firstly tackle this internally before you can ask others to do it. But unfortunately, like, we cannot, it's just like the way, like, when you go and be like, you want to cure, poverty in the world and cure world hunger, like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's an uphill battle, honestly, unfortunately.
Yeah, Ifti actually has a good point. I feel like this could be a solution as well. So he says, I hope that the whole Real Madrid team walks out on the pitch if they hear any racist chants. And they actually need to stand up to this fan base and send a strong message.
You think so?
I think
you remember in the year in the season 22-23, Vinicius was insulted by Valencia fans. Do you remember how many people went to Vinicius? On the pitch was Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Dani Carvajal. No, Dani Carvajal wasn't on the pitch. It was Lucas Vazquez.
Yeah.
Also, Militao and Alaba were on the pitch. Mendy was on the pitch. Courtois was on the pitch. Benzema was on the pitch. How many people went to Vinicius? I remember very well. Lucas Vazquez, Rodrigo. Only 2 players.
Yep.
Only 2 players. The so-called captains, Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Karim Benzema, Thibaut Courtois, all those guys, where were they? I don't think that would happen at Real Madrid, man. Like, I think if he gets insulted, like, no one does shit, man. I don't think that happens at Real Madrid. I don't think they walk off the pitch. Maybe for a different team, maybe, but for Real Madrid, I just don't see that happening, man.
There will be a lot of whistles, that's for sure. There will be a lot of whistles when we will get the ball, that's for sure.
Definitely, we're waiting on that one. Like,
and I totally agree with that because like Vinicius winds up the fans, right? So like, of course, he deserves to get it from the fans, but like that doesn't excuse racism. Like you can see a lot of things.
I think it's like but like I do get like for Vinicius, I would say like like if you give respect, like you get respect. But again, that's not an excuse to like be racist towards a person. That's what I'm saying. Because like okay, I mean I would say again like why just Vini? Like you guys have Militao, you guys have Chumini, you guys have Rodrigo. I mean, like they're always away with this controversy. It's just Vinicius getting like get his head around this controversy.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a reason that it's because like Vini is the best player in the world. So like, it's normal. Like, I mean, why would I boo Chouameni? Why would I mean, come on, why?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I need to boo the person that matters the most, and that's Vinicius Junior. And then, of course, he also happens to be, a wind-up merchant as well. So it's normal. But the point I always try to make is this: like, I give a comparison with Bruno Fernandes. I love Bruno Fernandes, the player, but like he's an absolute crybaby. He's an absolute wind-up merchant. Did anyone racially abuse Bruno Fernandes?
I think the point is that fans have learned that you can't get into Vinny's head if you like really abuse him. So that's why they're going for it, to have that effect on the pitch and help the team win out.
Anyways, man, I think we've talked on this for too long, man. Let's
Yeah, it's like a never-ending debate about racism.
Exactly, that's the thing. Like, there's just no end to it, honestly. Yeah.
Sad state of affairs, but yeah, man. Let's get into the lineups. What do you think the lineups can be for Atleti?
For me, like if I have to put the strong lineup out, again, obviously I'll have Oblak in the goal. My right wing back would be Llorente because like he's been really, really good this season in the wing back position. And then the back three, I'll go with Lenormand, Jimenez, and Renildo. And left wing back, I'm not really sure like who will Simeone start. It'll be either Lino or Riquelme, either of those two. And in the midfield, I think it'll be Koke because we need a leader on the pitch. So definitely Simeone is not like getting rid of the captain. And it'll be Koke, it'll be Gallagher, and it'll be De Paul. And then up front, it'll be I think Griezmann and Alvarez. I think so.
No space for Sorloth.
I think Simeone will save him for second half,
Oh wow!
just to spam the
I thought he
crosses.
was a sure starter.
No, I think like Simeone is like still trying to figure out like the best lineup in the team yet because like I told you like I still want to see the Griezmann, Alvarez, and Sorloth starting all together because Griezmann has been playing in midfield like for a couple of games now, and the thing is like one has to drop from midfield. It'll be either Gallagher or Koke. So Gallagher has been exceptional for us. So I don't think like he'll drop Gallagher. And again, I don't think like he'll drop Koke as well because like Koke is literally the captain. Like like whatever the orders are coming from Simeone, like Koke implements that on the pitch with the team. So I think that's for Simeone, like how he like manages this team because we do have a good depth right now because like coming off the bench, like we will get either Lino Riquelme, we get Correa, we'll get Sorloth or Alvarez coming off the bench. So we do have like good like 4 to 5 options. We have even Molina, so like Llorente can go into the midfield. And Pablo Barrios is injured. That's a big news actually. Pablo Barrios he's injured. Rest of that, I think
For
Limal is
how
also
long?
injured.
Is he out for like a month?
Yeah, Pablo Barrios will be back. I think in the next 2 to 3 weeks, just like Mbappe. It
Okay.
happened during the international break. Yeah, fucking international break. Never mind.
The international bug, famous bug. But how about Oblak's form? Do you think he's still holding on to his good form from last season?
The first game of the season was like a complete disaster from Oblak. Like the goal we considered like the second goal. Like he literally missed the ball and like it hit Coke and like it went in. Like the first game of our season was against Villarreal. We played a 2-2 draw away at home, and we could have won that game easily. But again, like I don't know, we fucked it up with Oblak. Had a really bad game. Then I think Oblak got injured, and then Juan Musso, again a new signing, a new goalkeeper signing. He came in, he played a good game, and then it was international break. Oblak came back, and now I think like he's like really really good because I don't know if you've like seen the same from like last game against Celta Vigo of Iago Aspas. That was a really really good saves. A couple of saves were really really good.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we definitely need him in his like top game on Sunday.
absolutely. From your lineup, the only thing that is left for discussion is maybe the left wing back, maybe. Is it going to be Riquelme or Molina?
Yeah, because Lino hasn't been that great this season. Riquelme has been like much better than Lino. I'll be honest. I think like both players are like of similar profile. It's just that who like Simeone picks up.
Wait,
It's just on
isn't
that.
Riquelme really bad at defense, or does he do recently be good shot?
Okay, Riquelme defensively is not that good. Lino is good defensively as well, but Riquelme this season has been like much better offensively than Lino.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's like I mean it's literally a headache for Simeone like who to decide like either Riquelme or Lino because again even in the last season like it was like because both the players are of similar profile, so they used like alternate either Lino or either Riquelme.
Yeah.
So I have no idea about this one, the left wing back position, but rest of the team I can definitely like uh, say like this is going to be the start. Griezmann and Var is up top for sure, and right wing back would be Llorente, and our three centre backs are fixed: Jimenez, Reinildo, and Lenormand. And then midfield is I think fixed as well with De Paul, Gallagher, and Koke. Honestly, until like Simeone tries to overthink and do fuck ups like he always do against Barcelona, then we're done. Then we're done.
Personally, he doesn't fuck up a lot with us, but yeah. Farouk, man, you heard that, right? This guy, Sorloth, might not be starting. Do you think Militao was looking forward to this matchup just to get revenge?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's what I was gonna point out. Maybe you want to repeat the blueprint of last year. Like just crossing in the ball, towards Morata and like trying to get something out of that. Maybe Sorloth might try to repeat that trick. Of course, now we know that there's a different keeper in the post. It was Kepa last time around. So that's why I was quite curious. Like maybe. Because it's Alvarez is still adapting to the whole Spanish football thing, and like Sorloth has been there, done that, like he knows how it is. But as also like Alex was pointing out, like like Sorloth hasn't been able to uh hasn't get the ground running yet. But I think maybe I wouldn't be surprised to see like solo stats due to that physical presence that he brings, like that aerial threat that he carries, and also like the knowledge of La Liga as well. And let's not forget, I think Stroller scored 4 against us, no?
Yeah, for
Last season, yeah.
Yeah. So he scored 4 against us. So I mean, he comes with full knowledge of how to play against Real Madrid and how to play against the centre backs. So I think I wouldn't count him out to start honestly. But because if you remember, like I said this in the past, like I really look forward to this game to see how we adjust to what happened last year. Because like last year, like they literally repeated the same trick I think 5 times, and they almost scored for all 5 of them,
yeah.
and they scored 3 of those. So it was like they were doing the same thing over and over, but we could not just adjust. So that's why I want to see, like, okay, do they change their tactics in this game, or like do they try to repeat the same procedure, considering the fact that they know that Militao is just back from injury and he's not back to full fitness yet. And for some reason, like although we have very big center backs, we still have we're lacking from set pieces and corners. Like it's something that's been plaguing us for a while. So I do think maybe Simeone might want to try to exploit that again. So maybe that's why honestly I wouldn't be surprised to see Solo start and Alvarez replace him at a certain point in time, or even if they're chasing the game, as Alex is pointing out, you take out Koke, throw on Solo, and it's basically a 4-4-2 with the diamond of Antoine Griezmann playing through there. But for me, the player that I always fear with Atletico Madrid is Griezmann, because like man, like I do feel like for some reason, like I think okay, yeah, I know Griezmann was third in the Ballon d'Or, was he's won the World Cup and everything, but I still feel like he's very underrated. That's just the thing about Antoine Griezmann. I just feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. And of course, the stint at Barcelona also like fucks everything up when it comes to him. But like, yeah, like Griezmann is maybe he's arguably the best player in the league. Honestly, like he's arguably the best player in the league.
Yeah, everything runs through him. But in the Celta Vigo game, it was that I saw, Griezmann tried a lot. It's just that his final ball was missing a lot of time. Does that happen a lot of the time, or is this like a?
Well, he got the assist for the winner as well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay. The thing about this, like, if Griezmann is not having a good games, like our whole team, like literally, like doesn't really perform well. So like it's really relied on him. Like even like, in the Champions League, like the first couple of minutes, like I would say like the first 15 minutes, like Griezmann was not having a good game. Okay. And Leipzig scored against us, and like we were struggling. And then suddenly Griezmann, like starting to get the ball more, like he started to gain confidence, and then eventually he scored the goal. And then that's how like the team lifted with him. And then like we really started like dominate Leipzig, and we finally got the winner in the 90th minute.
Yeah, as you know, like Leipzig is not an easy team to win against.
Yeah, again, the assist was from Griezmann to Jimenez. Yeah. So Griezmann has been like providing like either a goal or assist, and like quite good. Like last game, he provided an assist, and then the game before that, we played against Vallecano. Oh yeah, that was an awful game. Don't get me started on the Vallecano game. Yeah, that was a really, really awful game. Like we made so many chances, and then we conceded like a really stupid goal. But never mind.
Yeah. The only thing is like you were mentioning that away form is definitely a concern, but are you guys like really strong at home this season so far?
I think we've always been strong at home. Like like when it comes like last season, like we were literally unbeatable unless like until Barcelona came, obviously, and Simeone had to fuck up with the lineup. And we have been really strong at home. Like even in the Champions League and everything, it's really the away form like which really reflects our season. But this season, like our away form has been much better than last season, because like I told you guys, like the best result for us like this season has been that away victory against Athletic Bilbao at San Mames. So yeah, we haven't lost a game this season yet. So haven't Real Madrid actually.
Yeah, same as Real Madrid. But yeah, man, when we come back from the ad break, let's discuss Real Madrid lineups and maybe some key matchups for the game. But yeah, Doris, take it away.
Hola Madridistas, if you've ever wondered how you can help and support this channel and project of ours, I'm here to remind you we've partnered up with Manscaped, so you can go to their website, use our code LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping worldwide. That's code LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Whether you're bald, you wanna be bald, or you are in the process of balding, because this season is already helping with that. I have a new thing for you. It's called the Dome Shaver Pro. It is a trimmer that helps you, shave your head. It is ergonomic. It has blades that come together and apart at the angle that you want to shave. It is very easy to use. It is fully waterproof. You can use it in the shower, easy to clean. It has flex adjust technology, like I said, where blades come together at a part. It's very comfortable to shave your head. Dome Shaver Pro is also equipped with a high performance 9500 RPM motor, which means no matter how your battery life is over time, the motor will always be efficient and fully working. And speaking of battery life, it has an hour and a half in its life or battery. So it means that you can take it on a trip fully charged. It will still be charged when you get there. It also has a lock on the battery, so if you travel and you're scared that maybe the trimmer will turn on or something, it will lock it, so that never happens. Plus it helps save battery life. You can also get the Dome Shaver aftershave lotion. It has aloe vera, colloidal oats, and gotu cola. It helps calm and nourish the skin after shaving. Plus, it has a fresh green and light woods, scent that's subtle and refreshing. So yeah, use code LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping. That's code LBR20 to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is better now. So yeah, we were just fixing up some audio issues, folks. But yeah, we're back. And let's get into the Real Madrid lineups, man. Like the biggest news just heading into this game for Real Madrid is obviously the Mbappe injury, how we're gonna adjust. Like the health of Carvajal, he's back fully training. Camavinga, we don't know if he can actually feature in any minutes for the match yet. But yeah, he's still in training. Let's see what happens. Yeah, man, Farooq, like, do you want to go through, kick things off with the back line and the goalkeeper?
How it works with our teams these days, like one goes, one comes. That's how we do. But yeah, we start with, Thibaut, like there is nothing else, that's just, it's just dead taxes and Thibaut Courtois and Goldman. There is nothing other than that. And then, of course, like Danny Carvalho also is back. Let's not forget he missed the last game. Danny Carvalho is back, so we should expect him to take his position on right back. And then Militao, I expect should partner, Tony Rudiger with Ferland Mendy fresh off, signing a new contract as well. I don't know if you read, but like Ferland has 3 years more at
Yeah.
Real Madrid,
So what,
So-
if he decides to like continue to stay, he's going to be 35, 36 by the time he leaves?
Oh, I don't know. But anyways, the
Yeah.
point is just, like we the haters, we can basically stick it where it matters the most. So yeah. That's the thing.
Let's
Like,
ask
but like, yeah, of
Alex
course.
this question, right? Like, would you have Mendy on the team and would you start him for pretty much all the important games?
I don't think he like fits our plans, to be honest. I don't think so, because we play in a wing back position. We already have like two wing back. I mean, like we have Javi Galan on the bench, like just sitting idle. So we don't need a left back. He definitely doesn't fit our plans.
Man, even when you need to like sit back, absorb some pressure, because like I feel like his profile is very similar to Reinaldo, who does a decent job at left back and center back.
Okay, no. So Renildo is like a good like centre back. I mean, like Simeone has turned him into a good centre back. Like
Yeah.
if like Simeone like turns Mendy a good centre back, then yeah, sure, he can be.
That's
But
not gonna
again, you
happen.
never know with you never know with Mendy. Like sometimes like he plays like really good. Like sometimes I'm amazed like with Mendy. Like I'm like wow, like he's literally dominating the winger and everything. And sometimes like he do like something like really out of the like blue, something like that, and it's really weird.
It's not weird. It's beautiful. Like when he does the Zidane skills or whatever, like honestly
The
feels like
pirouette, right?
the pirouette. So honestly feels like Zidane
Yeah,
plays.
I think with Mendy is like all about consistency. Like like when he's like really like it's not that consistent enough. That's like what I see in him because like he is a good player. Like without a doubt, he's a good player. But it's just about consistency. Like if he's like able to like like keep that form throughout the season.
I don't know how much Alex has seen Real Madrid, but I think the issue about that side, it's not about like, Mendy being a good or a bad player. It's about the fact that I always give the stats that we talked about last year at the end of the season. Mendy had 10 crosses in 32 or 33 games. He had 0 through balls. 0.
Yeah, man. We
So-
know he's not Trent Alexander-Arnold. We know that.
I mean, who cares about Trent Alexander-Arnold, bro? Like, what's he called? Fran Garcia comes into the game and in 5 seconds, literally, he has 3, 4 crosses in 5 seconds. You understand? So this is the thing, like, that link up between the attackers and the fullback does not exist with Ferland Mendy. Of course, like, he gives Vinicius the platform to do what he does, but like that platform doesn't exist. So I think this is the bigger problem that we have. At least for myself, this is the problem that I have is that we get all this defensive input, but like there's absolutely zero offensive output from Ferland Mendy, and this gets to show a lot
Yeah, sorry,
in the
sorry.
games that
I'm going to
on the
interrupt
front
you on
foot.
that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
go
to
on.
add one more point to that. Sorry, Parag, I'm going to add just one more point, and then you can continue. So this is like what I think like why Mendy like doesn't really go that much forward because literally every player like like you have at Real Madrid, everyone is a left winger. If it's Vinicius, he goes onto the left wing. If it's Mbappe, sometimes he strolls around onto the left wing. If it's like Rodrigo, it's literally like your what do you call it, like the main point, like where you like like your attacking point. So I don't think like how can a fullback in that position like go forward when you literally have like so many players like covering up that position. And plus, like if by chance like if you lose the ball, you have to run back as well. So I think like maybe like this is what like the instructions he get from Ancelotti or what. But I can understand the situation like why he doesn't go forward that much.
But then, Alex, you're talking about the season of now. We did not have all this Mbappe and whatever there like last year.
No,
So
but
this
again,
is the thing, like,
last year as well, like I saw so many games like where Vinicius and Rodrigo were literally on the left hand side.
The Man City
Together.
game, maybe.
That-
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like, I mean, there were a lot of games about like that. If, for example, the game against City, like literally, we played with 2 left wingers. Basically, like they were literally like 2 left wingers. There wasn't any offense through the middle. But the point I'm trying to make here is that still, we've had games whereby we've started with Joselu. We've had games where we've played with Brahim Diaz, but there is just not that connectivity. You talk about like you have to run back, bro. Literally, this is what every fullback does in the world. They attack and they have to run back to defend. You understand? Ferland Mendy is a fantastic defender. I will never take that away. I think he's the best defensive fullback in the world, in my opinion. But like he leaves little to be desired from the offensive end, and this starts to show when you play a team that's on a low block. When you play a team that literally doesn't attack you, Ferland Mendy becomes a negative to your team.
So you're basically calling him a Van Bissaka of Real Madrid.
I mean, Wan-Bissaka was a shitty defender, but he was an awesome tackler. But Mendy actually is a good defender. He's like an absolutely good defender.
Plus, this season there's not going to be enough opportunities to cross. Like, we literally have nobody tall to cross it into the box. So there's going to be even less than 10 for the season, I'm assuming. There's not going to be any through balls as well. Like, he's just going to stay back, man. That's the plan.
Well,
Let's
he
see,
scored a
bro.
goal.
I mean,
He scored a goal against us. So I mean, like
Yeah.
I don't know, like from where like he like like came to the fort. Like that was a good finish as well. Like I was quite surprised.
I
Like I
mean-
thought like it was Vinicius or something.
Bro, Mendy always has a really good shot. He's fast. If he gets to the byline, he can actually like cut back decently well. We've seen it before. It's just that he's been instructed not to.
is he being instructed not to? He doesn't have the capability to. I mean, these are 2 different things.
I think he has the capability. I've seen it before, at least from like 2-3 years ago. I don't know if he's the same player now, but I think he can do it.
Okay, I don't know. I just feel that a bit, there is something there. But anyways, this is the person we have right now. We have to appreciate what we have. There is no other option. And we've seen that, in the big games, he shows himself because when you play the big teams, of course, we're not talking about Atletico Madrid, by the way, Alex. We're talking about like proper big teams. when you play the big teams, like, you see, why Mendy does what he does. The issue is like when you play the Rayo Vallecanos, that's when for example, in the game, against Espanyol or like against Alaves and those guys, like those are the games that, you get to see like, okay, maybe not. I think in the game, correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, Jacob, like it was the game against Espanyol where we had Fran Garcia.
Yep, he started.
It was that, right?
Yep.
And you could see the of course, like we talk about, like you have left wingers in the team, but we could see the way like the interaction between Fran and the and the left wingers were like, it was something different. Like it was a breath of fresh air. So this is the point I'm trying to make. Of course, like I know that like we have an overload in the left wing, but considering that, especially now because we don't have creativity in the middle of the park, you're searching for a spark, from your fullback as well, something like, but yeah, I think it's just, it's maybe too much of a ask, it's, you can't ask, like a spade, you can ask it to become something else,
Yeah, that's very true. I think we've been having this discussion for ever since Mendy signed. Like when we signed Mendy, like when you looked at his highlights, his player portfolio, he was a super attacking fullback. He was assisting, scoring goals even in League One. And then when he came over, he just turned out to be the best defensive left back in the world.
Yeah, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, let's get into the midfield then. It's gonna. I don't think we have a lot of options. It's just Tchouaméni, Valverde, and Bellingham. Do you see Modric starting as well, making it a diamond 4-4-2?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I do see that. Like, but let's not forget, Luca's game at the Metropolitano last year was the beginning of the end for him, actually. Because after that game, like he basically lost out of the first 11, and he became a bit bad player. So, but I think for the last 2-3 games, actually, Luca has been really good. So I think he might be rewarded with a start, especially because, like, I mean, Mbappe is gone. So, like, what other option do you have?
Yep.
So it's not like we have a lot of options, like, unless if you're gonna trust Arda Güler into that, but I don't think Carlo trusts, like, is gonna put that much responsibility on Arda that so early. So I think like maybe we might see a straight swap between Arda and Luca in the 60th minute or something like that.
Yeah, but
So,
what do you think
I
about
don't
an
think-
Hendrick start? Like, do you think the kid is ready?
At the derby, at the
Yeah.
Metropolitano,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, I'm I'm taking the piss with Alex, but come on, man. I mean, come on. I mean, bro, this is not going to play. I don't know. This is not playing Mallorca away or like, I don't know, some Espanyol in Barcelona. I mean, like, this is
Bro,
a whole
like,
different ball game, man.
Hendrick is the king of like debuts, right? If he comes on for any single minute in this derby, he's gonna score. That's just who he is, and I have a feeling if he comes on in the second half, it's gonna be a penalty, and then it's gonna be juicy one as well.
I have no issue with that. I have no issue with Hendrick coming on in the second half. But I mean, you asked about the start, so that's why I'm like, bro, like, I just don't see, that for now. But I mean, I've been surprised by Hendrick a lot. Like, he's been such an impactful player. I mean, like, either it's a pen or a goal or here or there, like, he's been such an impactful player, honestly. Like, definitely, like, I would definitely love to see him come up, maybe a bit earlier as well. I don't know, depending on how the texture of the game goes on. But like in the 88th, always he comes after the 88th minute. Maybe he comes in the 70th or 75th minute, to see how he can play with the 3 center backs in the last 15 minutes. Maybe, they're tired. He can, kind of stretch them out a bit and test his luck with Oblak.
Yeah. How about you, Rajat? Like, do you feel like the same? We're saying like it's gonna be pretty much the same lineup from last season, with Modric coming in and then Vini, Rodrigo, Bellingham leading the attack. Do you think that's enough, or do you think Ancelotti has to do something crazy like start Hendrick or Fuller to actually get a result?
I don't know, to be honest, because I think like I would have been like much comfortable with Mbappe playing in, because then I think like Real Madrid, like, we can just like shut one option, then we can really like shut down Real Madrid. Like we just have to like cover Mbappe and then Vinicius. But with Mbappe now out, like
Come on,
I'm
man,
a
don't
bit
slide Rodrigo. Have you seen him play this season? Like, I feel like he's
Rodrigo for me is the best player for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what you guys say that Vinicius is the best player in the world or whatever. Rodrigo for me is the best player in Real Madrid.
Gonna say
Like,
just for
that's
the
the-
season, man. Like, he's just been so inconsistent last season.
Come on, bro. Consider last season. I think like he got like really clutch goals like for you guys last season, like especially like in the league and the Champions League as well. Like for me, like he definitely deserved to be in that Ballon d'Or top 30 list. That was a robbery. The first time I've seen a Real Madrid getting
Oh,
robbed. Right. That was the first time I saw something happening to a Real Madrid player. But yeah, Rodrigo is like a threat. That's the only threat like I am, like worried about is Rodrigo because like he has been like good against us. He has scored goals against us. Vinicius, like I know we can control him. We just have to like just budge into him elbows here
yeah,
and
you
there
really
and
think
like
you can control him?
yeah,
Not
I
sure about
think
that.
we have controlled him for the past like 3-4 games. Like
Man, what
Vinicius
happened in the
hasn't
Super Copa?
he didn't score a goal against us.
No, it was against Barcelona, bro. It was
Okay.
against
He,
Barcelona.
he didn't score against us. What are you
That's
talking
true.
about? He didn't score against us.
Yeah, I guess it's just an assist. I think he was the one who assisted Mendy. I'm not sure.
No, it wasn't. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. The first game was 3-1. It was Tony Cruz. The
It
next
was
game was
Cruz, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. The next game was I think it was 5-3 or 4-2. I can't remember. It was I think 5-3.
Yeah,
With
it was
there was
5-3.
Carvajal. Yeah, there was Carvajal. There was Mendy, and there was one more player. I forgot.
I think Joselu scored, right? So Joselu scored like there was a scramble. He scored like right
The
at the
fourth,
edge
yeah,
of the game.
the
Yeah,
fourth goal was by
exactly.
it was Joselu, there was
And then there was
Carvajal.
Brahim Diaz from half of the line as well, like
Yeah.
from the center
Yeah,
line or something like that.
yeah. I think that was it. That was the fifth goal. That was the fifth goal when we were
Exactly. That was the last goal.
when we achieved the I forgot the first goal actually. He scored the first goal. It was Mendy, it was Carvajal, it was Joselu, it was Diaz. There was one more player who scored a goal. I can't really remember.
Yeah, also I can't remember who scored the other goal, man.
There was one more player. I think it was Rudiger with the header, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in ways, it was a small game against a small team, so we don't really remember.
Okay, never mind. Then we go to the next, which was again, yeah, exactly. A friendly tournament. Yeah, who cares? A friendly tournament, Super Cup.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Lately, Atleti has not been Vinny's favorite stopping ground.
Yeah, I don't care about the oil tournaments. Playing in Saudi and all. Like, yeah, fine. You guys have it. Take it. Play again. I don't care. But yeah, okay. The next one is what was it? The Spanish trophy. I forgot the
There's
name.
the Spanish Cup, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish Cup. I think that was 4-2. It was Joselu scoring, and then the first goal was by again I forgot who was it. Oh, that was an own goal by Oblak.
Yeah.
Like he missed the ball completely, and like it went through his glove. So yeah, Vinicius hasn't really done anything against us last season.
Anything yet?
Yeah, that's a
Really
key word.
masterclass incoming.
Yeah, I mean, like the only player I told you, the only player I'm worried about is Rodrigo because Rodrigo, like he makes things happen. Like I don't like how he dribbles. Like he dribbles like he's running so fast, and then like the ball is like literally
Yeah.
like glued to his feet.
And his
But
change
I
of
think
pace too, like it's just so subtle, but then he somehow gets away with it, even though he's not as fast.
yeah, even like next to next last season when we were leading the game, it was Rodrigo. Like he dribbled past 2-3 players and like he scored a really good goal against us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that goal.
Yeah. So I think like yeah. So for me, like he's the player to watch out for us. I think with Vinicius we can control him by like a little bit just disturbing him. Like he's gone out of the game completely. It's Rodrigo because like he doesn't really in touch with anything or anyone. He's just focused on his game and he plays really good. For me, like that's the player we have to watch out for.
How about Atleti, Farooq? Do you think if we just contain Griezmann, we are like 90% of the way through?
I think if we can control Griezmann, I agree with you. I think we're definitely 90% of the way through. But of course, like I think that also like we have to like like talk about the impact that Conor Gallagher has had. Like that fresh energy that he's impacted into the midfield is also something that's quite interesting. And Rodrigo De Paul is finally playing like the player that they hope they were getting from Udinese as also. It's going to be quite interesting. But one player I would also like to shout out is Alvarez, depending if he starts or not, because like Alvarez also has shown himself to be a player that can also unlock other players as well. During this time at Man City, I don't know how well he's settled for Atletico Madrid, but based on what we discussion with Alex, it seems like he's not yet fully settled yet. So like I don't think 90% of the work would be done if we're able to really like chain down Antoine Griezmann. But I will do still, keep an eye out for players like, Alvarez, and be able to see what they can get with their fullbacks as well. That's something. But more importantly, man, the set pieces will absolutely be key. If we can, stop the crosses, get the set pieces away as early as possible, I think we're gonna be in with a decent foundation.
Yeah, but again, that depends on if Solo starts or not. Because I think like if Solo doesn't start, I don't think we're going with that crossing plan with us. Because I think we'll be just relying on corners with Jimenez or Norman coming from the back, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be like the second half of the game where it'll get interesting when Solo will come, and then we're gonna spam
You
crosses
go
up.
with the crosses, right? That could be interesting though, because also like Gallagher also is someone who is quite physical as well, so you never can tell what role he might play as well. Like I'm quite sure maybe like also there will be a discussion of having late runs into the box, for a cutback here and there from if Alvarez is the one who starts. So I think if Alvarez starts, I think Alvarez's job will be try to bring those other guys into play. I think he's gonna try to like bring the midfielders into life as well. So I think like we should maybe see patterns of cutbacks in that case, as you're rightly pointing out, Alex. But maybe, who knows, man? Like, you never can tell, because the point is also like we have problem aerially. Honestly, you don't really have to be that physical to give our defenders a problem. Honestly,
Bro,
aerially.
I'm pretty sure
So I think
Alvarez and Griezmann can get on the end of so many crosses the way our defense.
exactly. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Alvarez is winning a header against Rudiger or Militao. Honestly, I would not be surprised. Although like basically he's the size of a midget, with all due respect, but it is what it is. We just have this problem that everyone knows, but we just don't know how to solve it, unfortunately. But then, yeah, as I said, it's a derby, man. Like, it's a game that brings people to life, and I really do hope like Vinicius make Alex eats his word, and drops a masterclass. So, yeah. But I would want to ask Alex though, because I think like every time we talk with Alex, we always have this discussion, of a transition. And when Alex started talking, he mentioned like, okay, yeah, we're in a transition period. I mean, bro, when does this your transition ends, man? Like, you guys bought Felix for 120. That was the beginning of the transition. You paid 80 for Lamar. Now you bought what's he called, Alvarez, for 95, and then you guys want to pretend like you're the people's team, bro. Which people's team is paying 90 million for a player, bro?
For a back.
But again, you have to look for the departures as well. Look at the players we sold. It's not like we kept the players. Like we have sold players to, like make room for that money.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you didn't sell. I'm not questioning the source of the income. I'm just questioning the fact that like you guys are in transition. Since when? You guys cannot be the underdogs when you're spending 120, 90, 80 on different players. And I mean, the interesting thing about Atletico Madrid is that like almost all the big names have been flops. I remember like we had Jackson. You remember the Colombian striker Jackson, right, Alex?
Jackson
I think he
Martinez,
was exactly, it was like for 40, 50 million. He
He
flopped.
costed 50
You
million
bought
back in the
yeah,
yeah,
Jackson was
yeah,
costing
but
40, 50
no,
million.
hang on. Jackson, we got Jackson Martinez for around like 30 to 40 million. Then we sold him to China for approx 50 million.
Oh,
If
that's
that's a good,
I mean,
that's good
that's
that's
a
good
secondary
business.
story, man. The point is just about the fact that like these players just seem to not be able to gel for some weird reason. Like, I mean, Thomas Lamar is there. Like, Lamar is blowing hot and cold, but definitely he hasn't reached the levels of the 80 million that, or whatever it is that Atletico paid for him.
70, yeah, 70. I told you, like we wasted money on Felix, but again, we got good amount of like look. We loaned out Felix to Chelsea for around what? The loan fees was around 11 to 12 million. Okay, all right. Then we sold Felix to Chelsea now for around what? 50 million. Okay, and that too like with the add-ons, with the bonuses and stuff. Okay, so it's 50 plus the 12 we got, that was 62. And then last season we loaned Felix to Barcelona with like a lower salary. So like we have been saving money for that. You see, like I'll get your point. Like we got like the half of the price of Felix of what we initially paid. But again, like given the Felix performance right now, like 50 million is a really good deal. Like you get my point.
But
I mean,
actually, Alex, you're missing my point. My point is not about the fact that like, okay, you guys sold or not, but I'm just saying like, for some reason, all these big money purchases don't seem to work for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Like I told you, like at the starting of the like this show, like I told you guys, like the big money players like haven't really worked out for example, Felix, Lemar, and then Alvarez now. But again, like he has like started to like work for it, because like you see that desire in a player, right? But again, I would say like
Yeah.
we maybe we did overpay for Alvarez, that's for sure. Like 90 million is a lot of money. That's what I think. But again, like if you look at his like profile, like he comes from Man City, like he has like a good, like he just won the Copa America with Argentina. Okay, like he had like good numbers. Like I mean, like the value of him is like it's like up to like in today's like transfer market is like approx 90. But for me, I think we did overpay for him. Like for me, like he was around like 60 to 70. That's for sure. Like 70 was like the maximum we could have gone for it. But again, like that's what the transfer market like value is nowadays.
Yeah, it's
So it's not
crazy.
really him.
But yeah, man, like, do you think there's something different about Alvarez that he can gel better than, Joao Felix in a Simeone team?
Yeah, he's Argentinian. Simple as that.
That's it. That's all it takes. How is Simeone playing, by the way? He looked decent at Celta.
Oh, that no, Simeone Junior.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him to start again. I don't want him to start again. No, I don't want, like yeah, I can get like your father is Diego Simeone, but again, come on, man, you have two options on the bench, Riquelme and Lino. So like there's no way he should start again, and like he didn't really put up performance that can like like out level Riquelme or Lino.
Yeah.
I mean, he can like start against like small teams or whatever to rest those two players, but yeah, I don't think so. He should start any more games now.
I see.
Alex, do you think there's a key matchup that you think wins or loses this game for you guys?
Which one? The derby coming up?
Yeah. I mean, like in the derby, like, do you think there's a key matchup between either a players or a certain position that you think could actually be a make or break for you guys?
Yeah, I think like if I don't know what's gonna happen in Simeone's mind. If Molina starts, we fucked.
Really? Right.
Yeah, if Molina starts, we fucked because Llorente has been really good. Molina has been asked this season. So like, if Molina starts, we fucked. We're gonna kill him. And like Farouk's, like his or whatever you call it, like he's gonna dream come true with Vinicius having a masterclass because that will happen if Molina starts. That will happen. And the next thing I'm concerned about is our left centre back option, which is not quite good as well in Renildo, because like he hasn't been the best ever since he came back from the injury. So yeah, if Rodrigo like comes up with his skills and tricks, so yeah, Renildo can get in trouble. So that'll be a thing to watch as well.
Penalty incoming, then no problem.
Yeah, exactly. He cost us a penalty last season in the Copa, the Spanish Cup against Bilbao, against Athletic Club. He cost us a penalty, and like we just like couldn't come back from that. Let's see. So those are the two options that I'm really concerned about. Rest, I don't think so. It'll be interesting to see that. Wait, again, I'm gonna ask, like, is it gonna be Vasquez starting or like Carvajal on right back?
Maybe Carvajal.
Yeah, it's gonna be Carvalho is back, so Carvalho should start.
Okay, all right. Okay, fine. Like, there's not a good competition. I thought it's gonna be Riquelme versus Vasquez. I was like, I was being happy. Like, it's Vasquez against Riquelme. But yeah, Carvalho, I have to go to Carvalho. Like, he's one of the best right backs in the world. So that'll be interesting to see as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not one of the best. He's the definition of a right back. You write right back in a dictionary, and then it says Carvalho synonym.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he is good, but again, like he's like again, he's an asshole at the end of the day. But yeah,
He's just smart with it. It's not big enough.
like the antics he puts up in the game, like yeah, I've seen him quite enough.
Yeah.
Man, for me though, I think the major matchup is going to be Xiaomini's game. If he can like lock down some of their attacking players better from what we've seen in previous games, I think. And if he doesn't, it's going to have a really huge impact.
How can I forget? How can I forget the English battle between Gallagher and Bellingham? That's a one to watch.
You're really calling that a battle? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this. Like, what has Bellingham done this season? How many goals? How many assists?
Bro, he's been injured. But when he's been on, he has, I think, 1 or 2 assists. Yeah.
But actually, this is the point, though, Alex. Like, Bellingham is not a player you can measure on goal and assist. Last season was an anomaly. Last season was something that will not happen again. Before last season, the maximum Jude has scored in a single season was 9 goals in around 40-something matches. Last season was a mishap. It was something that just came up, but
Yeah.
it's not something that will happen.
Again, I'm just saying, Gallagher is no less as well. Like, you have to see him play. You have to see him tacting. You have to see him running wide. You have to see him pressing like all the time. Like I don't see like I think like Bellingham might be like good like technically. I'll give him that because I've seen him like playing quite a lot of times in Dortmund and everything. Like he
Bro,
might be
are
good.
you doubting Bellingham's work rate? Like he has the biggest work rate, just second to
I'm
Valverde.
not saying I'm not doubting anything. I'm just saying it's a good matchup to see against Bellingham and Harrison. I just said this.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, man, let's take a couple more spicy comments and then we'll head into the predictions. So, if T says, I think this is with regards to the oil trophy. He says, you don't care about the oil trophy, but you definitely care when you got bodied by Bilbao. Copa del Rey.
Yeah, we're talking about Real Madrid over here. Like, if this is Athletic Club podcast, I'm like, okay.
Fair enough. Noor is in the comments. He says, how do you guys see this match going? Are they coming at us, or is it going to be classic Simeone ball with 8 defenders parked in the box, boring us all? Man, that Simeone ball, it's not been non-existent for a while now, right?
Exactly. This is the point. Like I think people always forget that. Like
We, we, we,
Simeone ball
we're
doesn't.
not that defensive team now anymore. We're
Yeah,
not that defensive
exactly.
team. Because even the last season, like, like when I was talking about, like, we had the lead over you guys. Instead of parking the bus, like, we literally attacked you and, like, we conceded from a counter attack. And that to happen, like, around, like, 88th minute or something.
Against Simeone, right? Like that was really
Brazil
strange.
scored.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sunit says, according to him, if our midfield has a decent game, we're halfway there. That's like the biggest factor. Yeah, for me, it's just Chomini, man. I believe in Valverde and Bellingham's ability to like at least create chances or get us out of trouble. But Chomini needs to have like a seriously good game if you have to like win.
A seriously good game, right? I mean, in the last game he was on the upward trend. Honestly, like the last game, he was a bit decent. He was like trying to string passes here and there. Let's not forget like he had a couple of switchovers as well. So I think he's getting there bit by bit because also he has to like relearn the role that he has played in the last year and the year before that. So I think gradually he's also getting there bit by bit.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I guess we are down to predictions. Alex, you want to go first?
Okay, I'm going to go with 3-0.
To whom?
Atletico Madrid, obviously. I mean, what kind of a question is that?
Bro, that's not gonna happen.
3-0 to Atletico Madrid.
3-0. 3-0.
Bro,
By the way, my prediction from the last season has been correct. I said 3-1. We won 3-1.
Yeah, we shouted you out actually after the game, but I mean, bro, whatever you're drinking, bro, please, I can send you my address, man, and you can just send me a after, man. I need this, I need to live in this dream, dreamland that you have, yeah.
I'm telling you 3-0. I'm going to tell you the goal scorers as well. It's going to be Alvarez, it's going to be Griezmann, it's going to be Gallagher.
Which could just spread out. And is it coming in the second half? Do you know the minutes as well?
Not the minutes. Not the minutes.
I think Alex is facing withdrawal, man. He's been away for Italy for a while. He's getting withdrawal from Italian coffee, man. We need to give him some send him over some mocha, so he can brew some coffee and at least regain his senses, man. 3-0 to Atletico Madrid, bro. Even Simeone wouldn't predict this, man. Well, yeah, I would go for a 2-1 Real Madrid victory. A very tight game, but I see Real Madrid prevailing 2-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a draw, crazy draw. There's going to be a lot of chances, but the scores are going to be down to minimum. So 1-1 for me. Would you be actually happy with that result, Farooq? A draw?
A 1-1 at the Metropolitano? Yeah, it's not a bad result, but I think we can go for the juggler, and I think we can win the game.
Yeah.
But I think, as I said, like a 1-1 for me also, I think it's not a bad result, honestly, going to the Metropolitano and getting, a point out of there. It wouldn't be the worst result, but I do think we can win this game. So yeah, why not?
All right. I guess that is it, folks. Thanks for all of the guys in the comments. Flame Boy, Sid, Jawada, Ifty, all of you guys, thanks for keeping us company. And all of you guys listening on the audio platforms, consider actually tuning in live on YouTube, It'll actually help you be more engaged in the channel, ask us questions, and just hang out as friends. Beyond that, all the links are down in the description below for our Instagrams. So Sid is actually gonna go to the Atletico game. Hope he makes it out alive. But he's gonna have some juicy footage from the Civitas, and he's gonna get out the fan cams immediately after the game. Last but not the least, big shout out to our partners over as Real Madrid committee for their awesome contribution and support.
By the way, it's not Civitas anymore.
Oh, what is it?
It-
You guys keep changing it every year.
Yeah, it's this time it's just Metropolitano right now. But yeah, we might get a new sponsor. There's a rumor, like a very very strong rumor that Saudi club, a Saudi owner like might buy us.
Man, are we gonna be able to pronounce the stadium's name?
Yeah, it's Riyadh. I think it's gonna be Riyadh there. Like you see the
Riyadh
sponsor
there.
list here?
Riyadh there,
Riyadh
Metropolitano.
Metropolitano. It's
Yeah,
gonna be Riyadh Metropolitano, right?
yeah, and most probably they'll be our new owners as well if everything goes well. Most probably.
And you were
Just like
talking
we
about
have
being the
Etihad
people's
with the
club.
city.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
That went out of the window when they paid 120 million for Joao Felix, bro.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, like, it's just the rumors. I'm not saying like we've been bought by a Saudi owner or anything. It's just the rumors, guys. Come on.
All right. We'll give you that. But yeah, guys, tune in for the podcast. We analyze the post game. Hopefully, we get a good result and we can rub it in Alex's face. But yeah. Until next time, folks. Hala Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Nothing. Really.
No. Yeah.